Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Steve Cooper, food app critic for TokeMag.com. This week we're going cupcakes. I have Hello Cupcake. It is by the same developers of one of our food app award winners that developed How to Cook Everything. So if you, by the way, haven't seen the list of our best food apps of 2012, we did it at the very end of the year, so it doesn't necessarily mean these apps are old, and a lot of them have already been updated and upgraded since that time. I highly recommend you go check it out. You can go to TokeMag.com. There's a food apps tab up there, or you can just go to TokeMag.com and search for food app awards. Anyways, let's talk about cupcakes, shall we? We got Hello Cupcakes. It's by a couple of authors, and they have two cupcake books out, in which this app is kind of a spin-off from. This app is a little unique and different than other recipe-based apps that I have reviewed in the past. For starters, you'll notice I'm holding this horizontally instead of in this portrait mode here, because it only works, at least on the iPhone. This is also formatted for the iPad. This only works on the iPhone as in the landscape mode here. So what you have is 10 cupcake, I don't want to call them recipes because it's really one cupcake recipe, but they're really cupcake creations. And this whole thing is done with video and stop motion animation. When you open up the app for the very first time, the two authors kind of explain how this whole thing works and what you can expect from the app, which is a very nice thing. You swipe left and right to see different trays of cupcake creations. When you download the app, it's $2.99. You get just 10 of these cupcake creations. I say just 10. These are, I don't want to belittle the quality of work that you get out of these cupcakes. It's just that, we're used to seeing 500 recipes. We're used to seeing, even 100 recipes. As you get 10. So it's a little steep. As a content creator working for Toke, I can appreciate putting a premium on and the value on content. And I will say that if any content is worth a premium, these cupcakes, these are worth a premium. These are awesome. I'm not even like a big cupcake guy, but I immediately wanted to go and get all the fixings to create some of these. So let's talk about this app. You have trays of 6. So there's penguins, ducks, apple, a dog, a pool ball, and a butterfly, and some other things, flower. So what you do is you click on one of these creations, and you're going to hear some sound effects here. That's just, I don't want to mute it, but you know what, I'll just zoom in for you guys. So it does this little stop motion thing. I'm going to pause it there. So it does this stop motion thing to kind of introduce you to the fun that this app really harnesses. And so once you get past this little stop motion, there is steps 1, 2, 3, 4 that shows you how to put these cupcakes together. There is not much navigation to this app. Because it's just those cupcake trays. We saw this actually with the Martha Stewart holiday cookie app. You can go back on TokeMag.com and see that, but it's very similar where they had that tray of cookies. This is a very similar layout. So what you do is you have a couple buttons along the bottom here. One of them will pull up written instructions that overlays it over this stop motion animation of the building of these cupcakes. In the top right corner, you have access. This is really your main access point here. You have the technique videos, which I'll talk about in a second, the ingredient list, the various ingredients that you use to build all these different cupcakes. You have the standard cupcake recipe. It's got a list of resources where you can buy baking supplies, so Williams-Sonoma and places like that. And then you all can go back and see the welcome video and other things. So the recipe, let's talk about this really quick here. So what you can do is you can actually just scrub left and right, and I'm going to eliminate this thing here, but you can scrub back and forth and see in stop motion the creation of the cupcake coming together. And when it's paused here and you're scrubbing, you don't get the audio. But as you see these things taking place, one of the authors is talking over the stop motion animation, explaining to you, offering tips and tricks, and it really does help a lot. And the nice thing about this stop animation is rather than getting a step 1 picture, step 2 picture, step 3 picture, it's like high def, where you get every single step granular, pulled out in a granular manner, so you can really see every single thing get done, and not just one frame every 30 seconds, but it's 10 frames every 1 second. I mean, it's really awesome. I don't know what the frame rate is, but I'm just using that as an example here. So you can really, you really feel like, oh, that's not that hard, because you see exactly how it's done, and you can scrub back and forth to really see the details of how it's done, and you never feel rushed that it's going too fast for you, because you can always just pause, scrub back, scrub forward. And then there's these written instructions if you're not quite sure what it is you're looking at. And so you push the little written instruction button, and it'll pull up an overlay. And this is actually, I want to jump back really quick here to those technique videos. So the written instructions have several words in bold. The plain bold words will pull up images, and those are usually for the ingredients. So, marshmallow might be bolded. You click on that, and it gives you a picture of a marshmallow. About that, I have just a couple tiny little knocks on this app, is that it's not a very deep app. So rather than talking about marshmallows and explaining how to store them, what to look for, is there a difference between those fancy homemade ones and the ones you get in the plastic bag, and all the different stuff that a real foodie might be interested in when it comes to marshmallows. It doesn't have any of that stuff. It's just a picture of a marshmallow, so you know what they're talking about. That's my one little knock there. But moving on in these written instructions, there's the play button next to a bolded word, and this is a link straight to the technique video. And these, just like the stop motion, these aren't stop motion technique videos. These are your standard traditional launches in the QuickTime regular video. But they're very well done. They're easy to follow. They're very appropriate for what you're trying to do, and they're linked directly to the recipe that you're going to use them in, which makes it very nice. And so basically you go through this whole thing, and that is really essentially the app. There's not much else to it. There's no save the recipe or anything like that. There's the standard staple cupcake recipe that it has, but outside of that, there's not really a lot of recipes. It's just, you build this duck with this piece of candy and this donut and this thing, which all looks very sweet and delicious, and I'm sure you're going to wow a lot of friends with this app. The other little thing, I mentioned it, only 10 recipes. There are other trays when you swipe back and forth, and those are 99 cents. And the other little knock I was going to mention is there's not really a big description. Well, there is no description within the app. It just says these are fish-themed cupcakes, or these are insect-themed cupcakes. It doesn't tell you how many. It doesn't tell you what kind of insects you're going to get or what kind of fish you're going to get. It shows you a teaser picture of one or two of the cupcakes. So I don't know if for 99 cents I get 6, if I get another 10. So I just wish it would dig a little bit deeper. But outside of that, the app itself works awesome. It's really unique. I think this is something that would be great for parents who like making cupcakes with their kids, because they will love this. First, the stop motion animations like a Wallace and Gromit cartoon, and in the end, they're going to be making these really fantastic looking cupcakes, and you're just going to blow people away with the final product. So that's the app. Again, it's Hello Cupcake. It's $2.99. It's only available for the iPhone. It's also formatted for the iPad. I don't believe I mentioned that earlier. And this app, I gave it a not quite perfect 4.5 out of 5. So check it out, download it, let me know what you think. If you have another Cupcake app that you think is worth reviewing, let me know. Leave a comment below. Go to tokemag.com, check out the other food app reviews. If you have an app that you'd like me to check out, drop us a line. Leave a comment, leave a note, and I will do this again very soon. Take care.